Hey everyone, and welcome! So today we're going to tackle something that's, it's one of the trickiest parts of English, but it's also everywhere. Phrasal verbs. You know, if they've ever felt like some kind of secret code, then you are in exactly the right place. We're going to crack it together.
Does that sound familiar? I bet it does. It's kind of like listening to a secret language, right? You know every single word, look, into, put, off, but when you put them together, suddenly it means something totally different. It can be so frustrating, but trust me, you are not alone in this, and we are about to solve this little mystery.
And you know what? That's because, in a way, it is a secret code. It's just the lingo that native speakers use all the time. We don't even think about it. But today, we're handing you the secret decoder ring.
Okay, so the first step here is maybe the most important one. Just give yourself a break, seriously. That confusion you're feeling, it's not because you have a bad vocabulary. It's a pattern problem. So we're not going to sit here and memorize a bunch of boring lists. No way. We're going to find this system behind the code. And I promise, once you see it, English is going to start to look a whole lot different. All right, so what exactly is this code made of? Let's break it down. We're going to look at the basic structure of a phrasal verb, because this right here, this is the key that unlocks everything else. At its core, it's actually a really simple combination. Think of it like a recipe. You take a normal verb, an action word you already know, and you just add a tiny little word called a particle. These are words like in, out, up, down, on, off, and when they team up, well, that's when the magic happens. They create a brand new meaning, and a lot of the time, it's completely different from what the original verb meant. This simple little formula, it's the engine behind literally thousands of expressions in English. Okay, now, I know this might look a little complicated, a bit like a textbook page, but don't get bogged down in the details. The main thing to see here is that basic structure. You've got the verb, the particle, and then the object. And you'll see this SB/STH thing a lot. It's just a quick way of writing somebody or something. All right, now let's see how this formula actually works in the real world. This is where it gets really fun, because these tiny little particles, they can totally hijack the meaning of a verb. I mean, how is that even possible? Right? How can a simple verb like turn, which, means to rotate, how can it suddenly mean to refuse something or to arrive? The whole secret, it's all in that tiny particle that comes right after it. Just look at this with the verb turn. If you turn up to a party, it means you arrive. If you turn down a job offer, you refuse it. And of course, you turn on and turn off the lights. See? It's the exact same verb, but we've got 4 completely different meanings, and it's all controlled by that little particle. Okay, so here comes the part that trips a lot of people up. Yup, we're talking about grammar. Specifically, where do you put the object, that somebody or something? But hey, don't worry, I promise, it's way simpler than it looks. For a ton of common phrasal verbs, you actually get a choice. You can stick the object right in the middle, between the verb and the particle, or you can put it at the end. Turn the TV on is correct. And turn on the TV is also correct. They're both perfect. So this flexibility, it's actually a feature, not a bug. All right, so now you get the code. You have the key. The big question is, how do you get fluent in it? How do you go from just recognizing these things to actually using them with confidence? Well, here it is, your simple 2-step plan to mastering this stuff. And again, this is not about memorizing boring lists. It's all about making smart connections inside your brain. Okay, step 1. Think in synonyms. This is probably the most powerful tool you have. See, your brain learns by connecting things, not by memorizing stuff in isolation. So from now on, every time you see a new phrasal verb, your very first move should be to connect it to a word you already know. What this does is it creates these little mental bridges. So instead of trying to learn put off all by itself, connect it to postpone. Instead of learning turn down, link it to decline. That way, when you're thinking you need to postpone a meeting, your brain can easily make that jump to the more natural conversational phrase, hey, can we put off the meeting? See how that works? And now for the pro tip. As you're building that mental bridge, just add one more little piece of info. The context. Most of the time, phrasal verbs are way more informal and conversational. So yeah, postpone is perfect for a formal email to your boss, but put off is probably what you'd say to a friend. And there you have it, just like that. The secret language, it's not so secret anymore, is it? You've got the structure, you've got the logic, and now you have a real strategy to learn. This isn't just a random list of phrases anymore. It's a system you can actually understand. You've totally cracked the code.
But the real learning starts right now when you actually go and apply this. So think about it. What's the first phrasal verb you're going to master? Maybe one you heard recently that just totally confused you? Go look it up, find its synonym, and make it yours. Happy learning!